Call like Malak, Alahai now Yahweh. Bashim Yahweh Shah Mashiach wa Malaki Bashim Hawa Wakakurash, Barakatham, the Wara Baba Bawa Kwam Yasharala. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily. Put the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine and city Shalom. Today we're gonna get into the subject of wicked men. And it's a lot going on. But today's lesson is basically going into the nature of wicked men. Now, wicked men don't know anything about being righteous whatsoever. They only know legal and illegal. They don't know righteous and wicked. They don't know those terms. They don't know that the Lord is holding them accountable for these wicked acts that they call legal. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. Now, let's get this scripture, Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he. Now, on these videos I got today, is one of them is talking about what's the man name? Yuval Harari. I think that's his name. Klaus Schwab, right hand man, well, woman, trans man, whatever the hell he is. He got some technology basically to predict whether somebody's gay or not. That's easy. 9 times out of 10, if you Edomite male, you gay. Now I got another there's another video on there, and it's talking about how the fake Jews, they basically kidnap kids, do all kinds of things to them, sacrifice, drink their blood, and they get rid of the bodies in fast food. Something we told y'all 3 and 4 years ago. Stop eating McDonald's. That's why the food can stand at room temperature for 20 years and still look the same. It's not ground beef, people. It's not sausage. Y'all eating people patties. And what's the third video I got? But it's 3 videos. Let's go and get into them real quick. Oh yeah, Tucker Carlson talking.
The police.
It's not.
Is Tucker speaking fact?
He's speaking about wicked men. Now let's get it.
The police.
It's not.
Is Tucker speaking facts?
You've got to worry about. It's weak men in positions of power. They're the most dangerous. Men with no principles but the desire for self-preservation. Hollow men who live in terror of being revealed for who they really are. Men who will do anything to save themselves. That's who you should be afraid of. And you can see that in our current moment. It makes you shudder to think about. These are sad, insecure, broken men filled with envy and bitterness from their lonely childhoods. They hate you because they hate themselves.
Is he right?
It's not their masculinity that's toxic. It's their lack of it. It's not.
He says not their toxic, their masculinity is toxic, it's their lack of it. Now let's get some scriptures on weak Edomite men. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 14, verse 7. And if he do it good, he do it unwillingly. And at the last, he will declare his wickedness. He's declaring his wickedness right now through all these unrighteous decrees. Because right now, Joe Biden is in the process of signing over the whole country to a handful of wicked men that you don't even know, that you didn't even vote for if voting was real. 2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 31. And thou that has been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of Yahweh. Yeah, they doing all this to get at us, but they don't want the world to know about it. But it's obvious. Yeah, the Lord gonna get these people, man. Let me see. Psalm chapter 72, verse 4. He shall judge the poor of the people. He shall save the children of the needy, and shall break in pieces the oppressor. Yeah. Now let's get some more wicked men. This is Job chapter 30, verse 8, they were the children of fools, your children of base men, they were violent in the earth. We're gonna say that one. Now let's get Proverbs chapter 26, verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. 7 means completion. Verse 26. Whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation. The whole congregation means the whole world. Psalms 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 12. If a ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked. That means everybody, presidents, the elites, everybody in that White House. Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Look at Joe Biden, soft-spoken ass, but war is in his heart. This man trying to destroy you without you getting upset about it. Now let's get another one. This is Pinky or the Brain, I don't know which one, but this is Yuval Harari talking about his technology for gay people, to pick up gay people. Let's get it.
Unnecessary, useless, and therefore also politically powerless. And the world or humanity might have, different parts of humanity might have different futures. And we might see really a process of some kind of speciation. We don't really know ourselves. To give an example, when I was 21, I finally realized that I was gay after living for several years in denial. And this is not exceptional. A lot of gay men live in denial for many years. They don't know something very important about themselves. Now imagine the situation in 10 or 20 years when an algorithm can tell any teenager exactly where he or she is on the gay-straight spectrum, and even how malleable this position is. It's economically unnecessary, useless. And
you see how they talk? That's why they worship science and technology so much, because, like I said, I always say, this is why they love technology so much. They can steal from your bank account with a keyboard. They can bomb your house with a drone, with a keyboard. They can do all these things to you with technology. Now let's go to the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, and we're going to verse 20. And it reads, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called. Their wickedness, they blame all their wickedness is science-based, it's technology-based. All their wickedness. Now, what would be the use of this so-called technology? Because 9 times out of 10, if you're an Edomite male, you're gay anyway. It's a very well-known fact that Edomites are natural-born sodomites and pedophiles. You don't believe me? Look at the statistics on what nationality, what group of people holds the highest percentage of homosexuality and pedophilia. It's these sodomites, the same ones that were destroyed in Sodom and Gomorrah, they're back to be destroyed again. Now let's go to the book of Leviticus. See how they hold their LGBTQ status as a badge of honor, like they're better than everybody else. No, y'all gonna be the first one to be destroyed, fools. But they so prideful, that's one of the reasons why they're gonna be destroyed. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death, their blood shall be upon them. Now, the Lord hates this man 2 times. Why? Number one, the Lord made him an Amalekite, a fake Jew. And number two, the Lord made him gay, so he's going to be destroyed 2 times over. See, that's what y'all don't understand. Y'all hold this gay shit as a badge of pride, but y'all will be destroyed for it.
And therefore also politically powerless. And the world or humanity might have, different parts of humanity might have different futures. And we might see really a process of some kind of speciation. We don't.
Yeah, you're right. We're going to have different futures. Because all you sodomites ain't got no future. If you just so happen to make it through the destruction, guess what your future is? Slavery. You only got 2 options in the fork in the road, left or right. You either going to get death or slavery. If you're a sodomite, you better be praying for slavery because you don't want that nuclear fire to touch you. Yeah, this is that lake of fire that the Bible speaks of. There's no such thing as hell. You don't die and go to hell. Hell is coming to you in the form of nuclear missile fire. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away in captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. We about to come out punishment. Guess who about to get put on punishment for 1,000 years / death row / slavery? You Edomites. And we cannot wait. All your little punk ass systems going up in smoke with you. Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time, shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Pride month, pride flag. They turned the whole rainbow into an abomination. They defiled it. Yeah, they're going to be destroyed. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Ain't nobody profane as him. Profane is outside the temple. That's why he pushing all this gay shit, all this strange shit, all this dumb shit, because he is profane outside the temple. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And Yahweh will put all these curses upon your enemies and on them that hate you, which persecuted you. Yeah, all these unrighteous decrees. The alphabet gang got more rights than anybody on the planet right now when they supposed to be put to death. So how is this a God-fearing Christian nation? Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Yep, it's on now. The Lord tired of y'all. Let's go. And we are too.
Really know ourselves. To give an example, when I was 21, I finally realized that I was gay after living for several years in denial. And this is not exceptional. A lot of gay men live in denial for many years. They don't know something very important about themselves. Now imagine the situation in 10 or 20 years when an algorithm can tell any teenager exactly where he or she is on the gay-straight spectrum, and even how malleable this position.
See, they turn everything into a science, a gay, straight spectrum. There's no spectrum. There are no degrees of gay. There's no degrees of straight. You either or. There's no gray area in this. And if you part of the alphabet gang, you about to eat a missile. Y'all believe these lying ass Amalekites you want to, these fake Jews and these Edomites. They from the same nation of Edom. Y'all believe you want to.
Position is women's economic.
Now let's go to this video right here. This is Early Morning Esau Chronicles, McDonald's. Human remains, including children's teeth, found in McDonald's food. And we told y'all this 3 and 4 years ago. Stop eating McDonald's. You're eating people patties. That's how they get rid of missing children. That's how they get rid of dead bodies. Let's go.
Children's teeth in the food, in the burgers, which linked it back to, not Wisconsin, Missouri or Wyoming, one of those states that's in the middle of nowhere, where they actually found human meat inside one of the processing plants at McDonald's. And they said, we're not sure how it's happened. Maybe somebody fell in there, but they haven't reported it. But between McDonald's closing, the reports of the Japanese McDonald's tried to pass the buck, try to blame it on the Americans, saying we got the food from the USA, it didn't come from here. And then they said, you know what, that's probably somebody playing a prank. But they're closing a lot of branches down at McDonald's. And McDonald's traditionally, Nick, the last 40, 50 years has been one of the safest franchises you could buy, because what they do is they do a very, very detailed demographic study of where you're going to put these McDonald's, about the income of the people, where they are, the population. They don't just put them randomly. They're very, very specific about where they are. So human meat in the McDonald's food, including children's teeth that have been ground up and put in there. Very disturbing. Why? But why? It's where they hide the bodies. That's what they're saying. You know how many children disappear every year? Where are they going to hide? Say there's 250,000 children disappear in America every year. Where are all the bodies? You know, most people, what are they going to do? Drive them along the highway? They always get discovered. They never bury them deep enough. You've got weather conditions that expose them. Animals expose them. It's hard. You'd be surprised how difficult it is to hide a body. And I'll tell you why I know, Nick, because there's either North or South Carolina, there's the body farm. Now, the FBI they use this as a training ground. So what happens is when Americans die, they leave the bodies of science. What they do in this ground is they put the bodies in different situations. One will be left out, one will be semi-buried, one will be fully buried, one will be buried upside down. They do all these experiments about how the decomposing the bodies helps them with the science when they find a murder victim or a body that they're not sure how it died. So, for example, if a larger man dies on his back, they can tell by the insects and how much fat has dripped out of his body underneath, how degraded the grass is and everything, to understand how long he's been decomposing for. So they know all about what happens with these bodies, how they do it. They've got all the forensic science about where they're from, and there's always genetic.
Y'all heard that? Yep, it's real, son. Let's go to the wisdom of Solomon. Chapter 14, and we'll start at verse 23. For while they slew their children in sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies, or made revelings of strange rites, verse 24, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another treacherously, or grieved him by adultery, verse 25. So that there reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumult, perjury, verse 26, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good terms, defiling of souls, changing of kind, disorder in marriage, adultery, and shameless uncleanness. Esau is guilty of all that plus more. That's how they get rid of the bodies, man. We told y'all. Stop eating that shit. Y'all just helping this man get rid of bodies. Now let's go into see what else we got. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. You got a pedophile president, whole administration, alphabet gangsters, pushing alphabet shit on the whole country. So yeah, if the leader messed up, guess what? You're gonna have a messed up population. Verse 3, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Unwise kings, man, these people are not meant, they were not created to be rulers. They were created to be the wicked. They were created to punish us, destroy their own kingdom that we built for them, and rebuild ours for free. And after that, they out of here. They serve no purpose. Esau is intelligent enough to put himself into slavery. Never forget that. After that, his intelligence stops. The Lord gave him enough intelligence to hang himself, to create missiles, destroy his own kingdom. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. The Lord got your pride right where he wanted. Because right now Esau don't think he's gonna be destroyed. See, this bank crash, all these bank crashes, this is controlled demolition. Esau wants to destroy this banking system so he can bring forth his digital currency system. But he's trying to blame it on a whole bunch of bullshit that he claimed beyond his control. No, this was set in motion because Biden knew that the SB Silicon Valley Bank was going to crash before it actually did. Another thing, before it crashed, the CEO, I think a couple of weeks before it actually crashed, he gave himself a couple of $1 million in bonuses, and he gave his employees bonuses. They knew what was coming, but did they tell nobody? No. This is why they didn't tell nobody. And this is the same thing they're gonna do to the rest of the banks. They ain't gonna alarm you. They ain't gonna tell you. It's just gonna happen. So you ain't gonna have no choice. They don't want to give you time to prepare, to plan. They want to catch you slipping. So at the last minute, when you ain't got no other choice, they're gonna offer the solution. Or to have chaos, order out of chaos. This man, you the same playbook, and y'all still ain't caught on to it. Just like he destroying all these trains drilling near water sources. Y'all still ain't caught on. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 13. We start at 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh and fear before them. Verse 13, but it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are the shadow, because he fears not before Yahweh. The book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth as an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Y'all finna get burned up again. Take pride in it. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it. They're following. See, they think they slick. They got three things in mind. They want to depopulate. See, when they say depopulate, they mean depopulate Israelites. Because Israelites shall be counted as the sand of the sea. They cannot be measured. There's so many of us. Matter of fact, King David got in trouble for participating in a census involving Israelites. The Lord don't want us counted. And then this man, this lawmaker want to bring back lynching. Who you think he was talking about? You think he was talking about lynching his own people, hanging by a tree? You think he was talking about his own people? No. Yeah, Esau, he wants to depopulate us. But no, he's the one going to be depopulated along with the 2/3 and the other wicked of the nation. He wants to depopulate us. What else he want to do? He want to bring back slavery, control. He gonna get all these things, and he wants a war. He gonna get everything he been asking for. He's gonna get this war, which he's gonna lose. Gonna be a mad depopulation, and slavery's coming back. But it's not gonna be him in control, he's going to be the slave this time. See, he's so proud, he don't believe that. He don't believe shit stink. He got to smell it. Cool. Because everybody tired of Esau, man. Now, what else going on with these wicked men? Now they're talking about invading Mexico. Why you ask? This is how they try to sell it to the public. They want to get a hold on the cartels. The cartels doing too much all of a sudden. Now, if they doing too much all of a sudden, why y'all left the border open? That border been open since Biden been in office. Matter of fact, this president has been caught paying the people down at the border $3 million a day to keep the border open. Yet he claims that the border is secure. No, it's not. This man is the president of Ukraine because he is looking out for them people better than us. He's so worried about Ukrainian borders, but he left ours wide open. Now, this is the reason why they want to invade Mexico. They claim that they want to get at the cartels, but no, that's not the reason. The reason why they want to invade Mexico is because Mexico is about to join the BRICS nation. Now, if Mexico joins the BRICS, that means Russia, China, and whoever else is part of the BRICS can set up military shop right there in Tijuana and hit any target they want in the U.S. with ease. That's why they want to go down there and invade Mexico to keep the BRICS nations out of Mexico. But it's too late. Matter of fact, it's not too late. It's not your call, United States. When y'all gonna get tired of trying to tell people what to do in their own house, but your house ain't in order? Isn't that the same reason how Rome fell? Now you got the United States with a military population very low. That's why they're trying to bring back the draft. They know they don't have enough military personnel to take on 3 war fronts, maybe more. They're trying to take on Russia. They're trying to take on China, which is stupid as hell because China got the largest population on the planet, fools. And now you want to run up in Mexico. That's how Rome feel. They spreading their army thin. And then on top of that, you sending all your weapons, all your military vehicles to Ukraine. So what you got to defend your house? Nothing. I'm be glad when the Lord crush y'all ass and get y'all dumb asses out of the way. Because this is how Esau works. He loves to disguise his wickedness with big words. But behind those big words, there is no common sense. And that's the main reason why this man is going to fail. Because he puts perpetual hatred, pride, ego in front of common sense and logic and righteousness. See, this is the vehicle of Esau Edom. He got pride driving the car. He got perpetual hate riding shotgun. And in the whole seat in the middle, he got ego. Now, common sense, logic, and righteousness, that's in the trunk. They supposed to be driving. That's why this man is going to crash. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 7. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Wasting and destruction are in their paths. Everywhere you might go, somebody dies, so nobody goes to jail. Especially if this man in his feelings. Somebody's going to get hurt. That's why the system is not going to work. The system that he wants to bring forth is not based on you breaking laws and getting punished. No. This new system coming in is based on whether this man is in his feelings about you or not. He wants to take on some personal revenge towards you, not because you broke any laws, because of how he feels about you. This man lives in his feelings. That's why Tucker Carlson called them weak men. Strong men go by logic, order, decency, righteousness. Esau ain't built like that. He a little bitch for real. That's why he stayed in his feelings. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 1. Verse 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will not learn righteousness in the land of uprightness. He will deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Psalm chapter 73, verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Why? Because of Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. That's why so much wickedness is allowed. These Sodomites supposed to be put to death. What did Esau do? Give them rights. That's why they're coming after your kids online, because they got rights now. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbor, and he is not. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. That Satan should get an advantage of us, we're not ignorant of his devices. We know exactly what you're going to do because the Bible told us what you were going to do. Therefore, we told you what you were going to do, starting with the apostles, elders, and the brothers on down. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 29. The people of the land have used oppression and exercised robbery and have vexed the poor and needy. Yeah, they oppressed the stranger wrongfully. Yeah, they finna rob y'all. And we told y'all years ago, y'all paying for this war. How? Because they hitting your bank accounts. They're going after your pensions. They're going after your Social Security. They're going after what else? Maybe your 401k. They're going after your retirement. But they got a gazillion plus dollars to give to Ukraine. Don't you find that strange? You don't find that strange that they can give them a gazillion dollars a month plus more, but all of a sudden our financial stability is in jeopardy all of a sudden. Now, out of the blue, y'all don't find that strange at all. I seen a bumper sticker one time. It said, if you're not mad, you're not paying attention. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. This man got y'all worried about y'all money. And one of the brothers from the Mississippi camp, he brought out a very good point. He was like, basically, y'all rushed down there to do bank runs, took all your money out of the bank. Now it's in your hand. Okay, cool. Now you cool. What they do after that, if they got their money in their hand? They went and put it back in the bank. Y'all still trusting in Egypt. This man has shown you time and time again he cannot be trusted. Y'all gonna trust in him. This is spirit right here, Proverbs chapter 24, 15, 74, 15 is one of them. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looks well toward his going. The prudent man is not buying these lies. The simple does, though. And what did Biden say? He got on, came on TV and told y'all that y'all money safe. It's cool. Animal banks gonna crash. Shoot. How many banks have crashed since he said that? About 2 or 3 more? 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. But when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. Catch you off guard. That's what they want. To put you in a bind. They don't want you to prepare a plan for this. But when they say peace and safety, Then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travaileth upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. A woman travailing is going into birth pains. But see, these birth pains are the birth of our kingdom being born. Book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Stay away from this man. Don't trust this man. Don't believe this man. Y'all better not trust in these banks because this man is crazy. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten back with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Y'all still playing with the snake. He got y'all with the jab. Now he's gonna hit you he's gonna hit you in your pockets because y'all trust him. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Viruses came out yesterday. He already knew everything about it. Why? Because he the one that designed it. He got the patent for it, baby. I always say, what, y'all think cancer came out of nowhere? Where was cancer 200 years ago before Esau got all this technology? Where was any of these so-called viruses? Where were they 200 years ago before Esau got his technology to create them? Now do you understand? CDC, baby. Center for Death Control. Y'all, but don't get it twisted. This man is not here to help you. Let's take it from the top. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Look how many people he helped with the jab. They ain't been right since, if they even still alive. And he's still denying the fact that it was the cause of death for many of these people. He's still denying it. But y'all still trust him, no? Book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 5. Yeah, because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. Everything and enough of him. But gathereth unto him all nations, and he unto him all people. And how he gonna do that? With that grain of rice that he gonna put in your hand, and so the Lord can destroy you because you trusted in Egypt. Sirach chapter 41, verse 8. Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High Yahweh. For if ye increase, it shall be to your own destruction. This is what Esau don't understand. He back to though. Psalm chapter 73, verse 12. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. How many big tech pharmaceutical companies got rich off of these psyops, these lies? Psalm chapter 52, verse 3. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness aloud. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. All these nations hate the United States, even their allies. Because look how they do their allies. Take Germany, for example. They destroyed that pipeline to maintain control of their allies, so that the allies will not turn cold. to help Russia. They want to keep the Allies in pocket by controlling their heating oil for the winter. That's why they built the pipeline, to have those nations that were going to get oil from Russia. Now they got to come to the United States. You see how it works? And on top of that, they charging these nations 5 times the regular price of oil. If that's how you do your friend, I don't need you. If that's how you do your friends, I'd rather be cool with the enemies. At least you know that they're your enemies. But with Esau, he pretend to help thee, yet he shall undermine thee. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they prescribe. All these unrighteous decrees. Just because something is legal don't mean it's righteous. We're talking about these laws these people make, and then break and bend and ignore at their will. Now I got a question to ask you. They can bend, break, ignore, enforce laws at their will. Is there such thing as law? No. Because law applies to everybody, no respect of persons. But for some reason, when the Israelite breaks the law, he throws the book at him. But when the Edomite breaks the same law, all of a sudden he don't see. And I always made this analogy. They say that justice is blind. That's a lie. That bitch can see. Because if a so-called black man, so-called white man, so-called Chinese man commit the same crime, they gonna get different sentences. That bitch can see. Let me see what else I got. Well, this is another thing. This is why Esau's so crazy right now, because he's now starting to realize that he wasn't the one in control after all. The Lord controls you. He got you making all these sloppy moves, all these sloppy see-through psyops. You're not in control. You're the biggest tool in the box, baby. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 21. There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord Yahweh shall stand. Not what you want to eat. It's the will of Yahweh's will be fulfilled. Psalm chapter 21, verse 11. For they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. Job chapter 5, verses 12 and 13. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own counsel, and their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. Psalm chapter 33, verse 10. The Lord Yahweh bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. It ain't about what you want no more. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 15. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. You're going to take your life savings. You're going to take it all and give it to you, Christ. How does that make you feel, America? See. And they about to go into captivity anyway. And I know the whole world cannot wait because they tired of the United Snakes of America. Yeah, this is why we say Esau is the biggest tool in the box, because the Lord got you in the trick bag, homie. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. The Lord is deceiving you, thinking that you still in control. Nope. That's why you think that your house shall continue forever. No. Because you in a trick bag, man. We can get this one. Let's see. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 7. The robbery of the wicked shall destroy him because they refuse to do judgment. They're not designed to be they're not created to be judges. They were born to be the wicked. Jeremiah chapter 22, verse 13. Woe unto him that built his house by unrighteousness. Slavery. Yeah. And his chamber by wrong, that uses his neighbor's service without wages and giveth him not for his work. Look at all that free labor they got out of us. Yeah. It's going to be destroyed. Sirach chapter 14, verse 8. The envious man had a wicked eye. He turneth away his face and despised men. That's how he really feels about everybody. This is why Esau hates everybody, because he knows that he's done so much wickedness to everybody that he knows that vengeance is coming from somewhere. That's why he got military bases all over the world. So he can have his up on when somebody's plotting vengeance on him. So he's just walking through the earth spooked. So we can get these two and we can close out on these. Well, I got a few more. Psalm chapter 137, verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Verse 9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Remember alligator bait? It's coming back, baby. See what Esau, he didn't think it's through. He didn't think all his wickedness through because he stayed in his feelings so much. Emotions rule Esau, not logic. He didn't think this thing through. He did not think about the day when the Lord gave us vengeance towards him. It's like the elder always says, Esau he don't want to acknowledge the fact that manifest destiny has a part two. And I'm going to get that part two right now. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Don shall fall by the sword. The Don and Teman, they were towns inhabited by Edomites. You are people before you are placed. Verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to mine fury. And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. So you doing all this wickedness like we ain't gonna get no payback. So no, you didn't think this through at all. But it's cool though, because we gonna enjoy the payback. And we're gonna have righteous indignation to do it. Yahweh Ratazah. We can get this from Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. He shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. But he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, and he shall be broken without hand. That policy, that stroke of a pen, baby. Stroke of a pen. He can make wickedness take place with a stroke of a pen. That's how it goes. Because all your systems and everything else you use to forward your wickedness, this shit you call science and technology, all of it finna go. And we're going to see where your power lies. Because Esau has no God. He worships things. G-O-D, gold, oil, drugs. You take that away from him, the only thing left is a lying-ass, murderous pedophile and / sodomite. That's all that's left. You take away his technology, his science, his money. I heard one time some people so broke all they got is money. Let that marinate. We can close on these two. Psalm chapter 14, verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, the fool has said in his heart, there is no Yahweh. They are corrupt, they have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. Now, the nation of Edom is referred to as fools too, because they do foolish things. Job 38, verse 30, chapter 30, verse 8, Salakia. They were the children of fools, children of base men. They were violent than the earth. Look at all this dumb shit they doing. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up in him is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. This man was born to be adverse against righteousness. But y'all still gonna trust him. Okay. We can get this one and close out. Speaking of trust, Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5, thus saith the Lord. Cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord Yahweh. Y'all keep on trusting Esau and his order out of chaos. You're gonna burn with him. Call on Yahweh, how you now Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah Mashiach, wa Malaki, by Hashem, Hawa Wakatu, Rakatu, Thumb, the water by the ball, Wakon Yasharah. Shalom.